Hi everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. This is a nice little tomato. This came off the ones in my pots out there in the garage. It's a watermelon. I believe is what it was, the watermelon one. This one doesn't look as much. I don't know, maybe it's a different one, but I think that's what the popsicle stick said. Maybe I put the wrong one, but I think that's a watermelon variety. I'm not going to grow that one again next year. It didn't really put out that many tomatoes. The one that put out the most tomatoes was the Cherokee Purples. But they also are one of the first ones to die. So, you know, I got some that are putting out more tomatoes now. I guess they're indeterminate. And it's determinate ones, I believe that I could have it backwards. I'm not super knowledgeable about all the terms, but one of them, you know, grows all their tomatoes at once and then dies, and another one keeps growing. And I've got mostly the one that keeps growing out there. That's why I got all this new growth on top. I point that way because the garden's right there. But anyway, today's Saturday, August 20th. Currently it's 73 degrees. High today's 81. Chance of rain's 40%. Humidity 75% right now. No wind, and air quality's 58. That's moderate. So I had my infusion done, and you can tell my face is a little flushed still. I don't know if it looks like that to you, but I can feel a little warmth for some reason. I don't know why it would be doing that, and it affects my voice a little bit. Last night I was pretty hoarse. I don't understand those two symptoms, but side effects. But it must be doing something in my stomach. You know, it coats everything. I believe it coats all your intestines to keep the inflammation from perforating it, which is what happened to me many times. I say many, probably I'm thinking 4. I try to block out some of the bad things that's happened to me, but yeah, it'll perforate. You know, all that will perforate your colon, and of course that put me into septic shock, which is what about killed me 2 times, and then one was low blood, almost died. I had a 5.1, and it's supposed to be 13 to 15. They said that wasn't even compatible with life. If they called me from the hospital after they got my test results at 1:30 in the morning, I almost didn't answer the phone because I wasn't going to look at it. I happened to look at it and said the hospital, and they said, "You need to come now. If you can't make it, call an ambulance," because he said if I hadn't come in, that I probably wouldn't have woke up that day from the low blood. Yeah, so I ended up having to go by ambulance because every time I stood up, I passed out. And I'd go down wherever I was at. You know, if I get up off the couch, I just fall back. Well, it's crazy. But anyway, that was caused by medications they had me on. My GI doctor. That was caused by the medications they had me on for the Crohn's. So it's awful. Pretty bad, you know, when that happens. Anyway, so I'm not feeling that great this morning. I always feel tired and just worn out and a little bit sore. It makes me sore, like my lower back and my legs for some reason. But the good thing is it's only for about 3 days. And then I start feeling much better. And that's still the best trade-off for me, because I'd much rather have this going on than to be in the hospital being operated on. So anyway, enough about all that. I'll be fine. I'm used to it. But so anyway, today there'll be a taste test with Mike. I did several days ago. I did a Smart Ones thin crust pizza. So check out that and see what you think about it. And then I've got another one coming up. I think I talked about it in this taste test. And I had one of those from Dollar Tree that I about forgot about in the freezer. And it was the Celeste. They got two different kinds. They got like a deluxe or a no, it's a deluxe, I think. And then the other one says Suprema. So they got two different kinds with two different things on them. So I decided to try that one too. So that should be tomorrow. What's today's Saturday? Okay, it should be tomorrow. And then today is the thin crust smart ones. Last night, I don't have a picture of it because we had leftover pasta bake that I had made and some salad and the rest of the garlic bread. And I just, a lot of the cheese was gone. So I took it and put it in a, hi kitty, you want to come up here? Huh? I put it in a casserole dish. And the same one I baked in it, but I put it back in that one and put another layer of cheese and some more on top and baked it again. And I added a little bit of water, you know, and a little bit of water and a can of tomato sauce and some more Italian seasoning and mixed it up. Because it, you know, when pasta's in the fridge, it kind of will soak up any liquid that's left. So I thought it would have been a little bit dry. So that's why I did that. And it worked out great. It was the thing to do, obviously. Okay. What's for dinner? I had such a hectic day yesterday and last night. If I didn't watch your video yesterday, it was because I didn't even start on my comments until 12 o'clock. And if I was, you know, watching a lot of videos, I would have just fallen asleep anyway. What happened is I fell asleep some yesterday afternoon. That Benadryl and stuff they give you, the pre-meds for it, they'll make you sleepy. That's why there's a lot of people sleep there when they're having theirs done. And I usually doze off for a little bit. But I got home and I ate that box lunch. I brought it home and ate it here. I didn't see any sense in sitting there when my infusion was done. Although I could have used some more saline, some more for my dehydration. And by the way, it took them, you know, so anyway, I ate and I fell asleep for like an hour and a half or so, and that's when I would be doing some of my comments and stuff. So if I didn't get to your video, I'll try my best to get to it today. But, they had so much trouble. She said I was dehydrated. I don't know if you can tell anymore. You see how it's kind of pruny? It was real bad yesterday. And if you press your fingers or something, it doesn't pop right back out. If it's slow to pop out, you're dehydrated. You shouldn't be like that. My thumb's usually pretty bad. See how it kind of stays in instead of coming back out? That's because you're dehydrated. So I need to drink plenty of fluids today. But they had trouble getting my IV. You know, I forgot to take my orders for blood work when I went Thursday to have the regular blood work. And my doctor wanted extra. I forgot. So then I had to have that done. So the girl came in the infusion room and took my blood. And then the other one was going to do my IV. And it took her 3 different places. And finally she got it in my... This is one of the worst places to have an IV is up here on your hand or back here or something. There's no meat at all, you know. And it hurts. It really hurts. So she stuck me, I don't know. I've got some bruises. Can you tell right there? See, that area right there is bruised. This one is a little bruised too over here. But this one doesn't look bruised. But that wasn't any fun at all. You know, I'm kind of used to it though. But you never get used to somebody fishing around in there, you know, for a vein. I was like, you know, so I was, you know, grumbling a little bit. I know them so good though, the nurses. There's 2 nurses in there, and they're just fantastic. They're friends of mine, and You know, the one brought me the cucumbers. You ought to check out that short and see those cucumbers. Okay. Yeah, I'm not for sure about dinner tonight. I'll just have to figure something out. In my thumbnail today, I thought it'd be nice to just put a fall picture in there. That's not my backyard or anything. It's not turning yet, but I just thought it's going to be fall soon. So I just thought I'd put a fall picture in there, a little teaser of fall, which I love fall. Okay, let's do today's tidbits. Yeah, I'm a little shaky too. It makes me a little shaky. I feel like I'm just, I don't know. But that stuff is strong. That Entyvio is really strong medicine. You know, and that's the only thing that's ever helped me. Like I said, the other meds I was on about killed me. One was stopping my white blood cells from being made, and one was stopping my red blood cells from being made. I think that's the way it worked. I know I was having no new blood made in my body. No, once you know your blood dies off and makes new blood all the time. Mine was dying off and none was being made. You know, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I had to have, I think, 2 units of blood right away at the hospital. That's a lot too, right away to have. So I don't know. I was like, what? My medicine's doing all this? You know? Okay. I was on 2 different meds though, and neither one of them was doing anything good for me, obviously. Okay, NASA discovers a new moon orbiting Polymele asteroid. A new moon orbiting an asteroid 480 million miles from Earth has been discovered by NASA scientists. The 3-mile-wide natural satellite, which is yet to be officially named, orbits the 17-mile-wide asteroid Polymele. The asteroid that shares Jupiter's orbit around the Sun is expected to be visited by NASA's space probe Lucy in 2027. Flood-damaged Death Valley to reopen popular sites. Death Valley National Park's most popular sites, including the Furnace Creek Visitor Center, will reopen to the public on Saturday, following a massive flash flooding on August 5. But the Park Service warned visitors to expect delays and continuing road closures. Access to the park will be limited to State Route 190 and to the Panamint Valley Road. And here's the picture that I used for the thumbnail. When will fall foliage start to appear in the U.S.? As summer nears its end, people are starting to anticipate the fall season and the brightly colored leaves on trees. Experts say that fall foliage is likely to start as early as September and peak in October or November. The drought conditions, which are affecting over 2/3 of the country, could cause trees to turn colors earlier. And that's it for today's tidbits. I just had 3. And then find nice news. Interesting facts. There it is. Okay. Meet the artists spreading positivity 1 mural at a time. That is nice. I like that mural. Charlo Walterbeck is creating joy with the power of a paintbrush, or more accurately, a paint marker. The Mexico-born artist worked for years as a graphic designer before deciding to share his paintings with the world. That's the coffee pot. He started making murals in his Denver neighborhood in 2020, and now his stunning monochromatic artwork, rich with hidden imagery and uplifting messages, is featured in museums, on buildings, in his community, and beyond. Doing street art allows me to connect with people, he tells Nice News. So far, Walterbeck has created more than 50 murals and has beautified over a dozen alleyways in Colorado's capital, and he was invited to create a live mural in Manhattan last year. His work incorporates meaningful elements from the lives of the people, those walls and doors he decorates, and those hidden symbols are often only perceptible to them. I had realized by doing something I really wanted to do, I could create joy, not just for myself, but also for others around me. Walter Beck, who is the head of visual design at Pardon Incorporated, Nice News' parent company, said from the stage of Ted Meck's High Reconnect this August, his most meaningful mural to date, the one he painted in his family home in Mexico. There's a big physical distance between us, he says, but we have a very strong bond. How one man used blank journals to gather gratitude across the country. 5 years ago, Teddy Drasaros left a notebook with the words, "Today I am grateful for," in a New York City coffee shop, hoping the blank book's cover would inspire patrons to write down their blessings. It did. More books began showing up and filling up. In cafes across the country, after the journals made their way into classrooms, Drasaros was inspired to create the nonprofit Grateful Peoples, and more than 20,000 children have now contributed messages of gratitude. In addition to introducing gratitude journaling to schools in 3 countries, Drasaros has released a book, a compilation of the 75,000 entries he has collected over the years. I read through every single one, which was a blessing because it was just like 75,000 bits of perspective, he told CBS News. One of the most meaningful entries is from his mother, who died in 2019. It reads, "I'm grateful to be alive." Drasaros cherishes that message. Just knowing where my mom was when she wrote that, the fact that she was just able to think and feel that way, is special to me, and that's why I love this journal, and I'll have it with me forever, he said. I got a piece of my mom here. And girls learn to wield power tools, pour cement at construction summer camp. That's a good idea. A summer camp. Wait a minute, let me get some more coffee. My throat's kind of. A summer camp is training up what could be the next generation of construction workers. 10 to 16-year-old girls, the National Association of Women in Construction, runs free week. She's laying on her back. You silly. You silly. Wait a minute. Weekday lawn camps where young women learn how to build furniture, mix concrete, and rewire lamps, and have a great time doing it. Some people don't think girls can do things like that, and they're wrong. I had a blast, 11-year-old camper Ainsley Miller told the Washington Post. Madeline Escamilla, 14, attends construction camp because she's really interested in engineering and electrical and loves using the tools. She told KVUE in recent years, women have been busting through the walls of what has historically been a male-dominated industry. More than 1 million women held construction jobs in 2021, the highest number since data collection began in 1964, Bloomberg reports. Jennifer Sproul, who co-founded the Baltimore chapter of Camp NAWIC, told the Post she hopes that number will continue to rise. I want to make sure that no young woman ever feels like this isn't a place where she belongs. You up now, kitty? I was going to try to catch a picture of her. Show y'all that she's turned over and got up now. Anyway, that's it for today's Tidbits and Nice News, and that's going to be it for morning coffee break this morning. I sure hope you enjoyed it. I know I haven't been the brightest thing this morning. You've probably seen or whatever, but it's all for the good. If I wasn't taking this, and this is why I hope I don't lose it with my insurance, wanting pre-authorizations all of a sudden. They've never done that before, which means they can deny it if they want to. I guess they could have it any time anyway, but I'm hoping they won't. Pray that they won't, but this is the only thing that's ever helped me. If I wasn't on Entivio, I might not even be able to make morning coffee break every morning, because usually I was like in a fetal position on the couch all day, every day, with my, I'd have, really, really bad, what do you call them? Cramps. I don't know why I couldn't remember. Really bad cramps all the time. And just even throwing up, diarrhea all the time. It's just horrible. But now, this Entyvio has really helped me. You know, of course, I don't know if all of y'all know this or not. I don't always talk about all this stuff. But, you know, I've had so much of my intestines removed that I have an ostomy bag, which I don't like, but it's, you know, I can't afford to lose anymore. It could kill me, is basically what my surgeon's telling me. So he says, are you feeling good? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I used to. Well, this is just something you got to do, you know. It's like, it's too much of a risk to be put back together again. And I've had many problems when they've done that before. So, you know, God's there to help, and He's here to help you too. Everyone, if you haven't seen my morning devotions, check it out, especially if you've got a prayer request. Because I looked at it, I believe I was about, I number my prayer requests, and since I started, I think I'm on 2,144 or something like that. That was the last request I put down, was 2,144. So it's good to pray for each other. So anyway, I ramble on a little bit this morning, but I hope you enjoyed morning coffee break anyway. So thanks for watching, everybody. And if you did enjoy it, I hope you'll press that like button. That means a lot to me, to see that number high. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Watch later on today for a taste test with Mike. I think you'll enjoy it. And then, like I said, I'll have another one. I'll have another pizza to do. It's probably tomorrow, I think. So, everybody, have a great day, and I'll see you later on.